Good morning, friends, and Happy New Year to those whom I'm meeting for the first time in the new year. Today's title of the talk is Narendra's Sri Ramakrishna. And we got from the reading from my master how Narendra saw Sri Ramakrishna. But it was not that easy to reach to that conclusion about Sri Ramakrishna for Narendra. He had to struggle a lot with doubts, questions, skepticism. And finally he came to that conclusion. And finally he said that there is no peer to Sri Ramakrishna. There was never a spiritual being was manifested of this category, this capability in this world. Because as he said in the reading, that from my master it was said, that world needs to be trained from time to time because it changes with its growth. The circumstances in the world change. And the present time, the modern time, the changes have been so rapid, so fast. So there was needed a very strong personality to really guide this, to set right the things. And that power which comes again and again, the same being whom we call God and its incarnations, he came as Sri Ramakrishna. Now how Swami Vivekananda came to this conclusion, how this evolution in understanding Sri Ramakrishna, understanding of Sri Ramakrishna came to Swami Vivekananda. Let's begin from the meetings of Swami Vivekananda as Narendranath. His pre-monastic name was Narendranath. After he became a monk, so Narendranath became Swami Vivekananda. So we'll be interchanging these names. Narendranath, that's Swami Vivekananda, are same person. So first, Narendranath, so this important meeting was at Dakshineshwar, where Sri Ramakrishna had completed his spiritual practices, had gained the power, was ready to transmit that power through which the good to the world will be done to some worthy persons, and he was waiting for them. Everything done, the food was cooked. Now he was waiting for someone whom he could serve. And food was not meant for those persons only, it was meant for whole humanity. They were in fact being given food to serve to whole humanity for all ages to come. They were not coming. He was waiting. He had the visions. People will be there whom he will transmit and transfer his power, his knowledge, his spirituality for the good of mankind. And when he saw no people coming, he used to go to the terrace, to the roof of a house where he was staying, and shout aloud in the evening, "Mother, another day passed by. No one came today. When will I give this knowledge? I am tired of talking of work to the worldly people who don't understand their role. I want someone who can carry this to human beings, for which he knows that he was born." Sri Ramakrishna is taking this life. As a human being we can call born. But in reality, if we say from the standpoint of truth, if we accept him as God, it is called Advent. This birth of Sri Ramakrishna is called Advent. They come, play for some time and then disappear. That disappearance is called death of the body. But the being lives on. Being doesn't die. Body merges into the earth from which it has come. So first time at Dakshineshwar, Narendranath came. Seeing Narendranath, Sri Ramakrishna says, he described later when I saw him, I saw he was so different from other persons from a city coming to him. With him were some friends. And Sri Ramakrishna asked him, do you know some songs? And he said, yes, 3 or 4 songs I know. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked him to sing a song. And Narendranath's singing was so beautiful. Those who have heard Sri Ramakrishna and Narendranath singing, they describe him to be the second best. Best was, of course, Sri Ramakrishna. Pouring the feeling of songs into the words and the rhythm. Narendranath was just second best. And he sang, Mono Chalo Nija Niketane. Oh my mind, let us go to your real abode. Why are you roaming in this foreign land? Real abode is God. And foreign land is this world of senses. And Sri Ramakrishna, hearing this, went into great ecstasy. Such was the power of the singer. Such was the feeling of the singer. Such was the perfection of the song. Sri Ramakrishna went into samadhi. After that, Sri Ramakrishna caught him with the hand and took him to another room. Narendranath said, oh, perhaps he has taken me to impart some spiritual knowledge. But what he did, Narendranath was standing, Sri Ramakrishna knelt down and folded his hands and started shedding tears of joy profusely. Narendranath was a boy of 18, 19 years old. Sri Ramakrishna was a man of about 40 years, 40, 45 years. And he said with folding hand, why did you come? Why are you so late to come to me? I have been waiting you for so long. Then he says, Lord, you are ancient, says Nara, an incarnation of Narayana, who have come to this world to remove the miseries of mankind. And hearing this, Narendranath thought, whom am I meeting? Whom have I come to meet? He seems to be a stark, mad person. I have my parents, I am a son of Vishwanath Datta, I am a simple human being, a boy of 19, 20 years of age. He is comparing me with some Narayana incarnation, some Nara Rishi. He says, oh, it was a strange day. And he comes out. After he brings, Swami, Sri Ramakrishna comes out alone, asking him to stay in that room. Sri Ramakrishna enters his room and goes back again into the room where Narendranath was waiting. And with him had brought sweets, butter, candy, and he said, you eat. And he had brought a lot, and he said, Narendranath said, I have some friends, let me share with my friends. He said, no, you have to eat all this. And he made him eat whatever he had brought. He said, don't worry, I have for your friends. They will have later. Eat this. This was the love that Sri Ramakrishna had for Narendranath. Why did this love develop for that person, that one person? He was a representative of the carrier of his message of joy and freedom to all human beings. That was his responsibility as Swami Vivekananda. And Sri Ramakrishna didn't come to conclusion like this. He had a wonderful vision that you who have read the biography know that Sri Ramakrishna was in Samadhi. And in that Samadhi, he had the vision, his mind started rising high. And he said, my mind was so high, first it went away beyond the stellar planes, all these stars and planets, went beyond that and went into the region where there were the forms of God, the divine being, the resplendent being were there. Mind was still rising high. It went beyond the region where the forms of God were seen and went into the region where his undifferentiated consciousness was there. There was no form, in the formless region. It is showing there, he describes, that was the region where even gods not dared to be. Means that region, so high spiritual region that was. In his vision he was seeing. And there he finds 7 forms, 7 human forms, 7 rishis, ancient rishis in deep meditation. And there was all effulgent light around them in that region. And then he thinks these rishis must be greater than gods, that they have come in this region, and they were in deep meditation. And there he suddenly finds that the light around in that region suddenly solidifies to take the form of a small baby. And that baby comes slowly to one of the rishis, a small child, then clasps the neck of the rishi with his small hands and wakes him up with some talk, sweet talk. Sri Ramakrishna had all this in vision. And the rishi opens the eyes. How vivid is this vision? It's not a dream. It cannot be so vivid. And the rishi opens his eyes slowly. In half-opened eyes, Sri Ramakrishna describes this. He says to the boy, the small child, seeing the child, the rishi's joy knew no bounds. He could, Sri Ramakrishna fills the mind of the rishi. And the child says, I am going down. You must come. And Sri Ramakrishna said, the smile of the rishi told of his consent that yes, he would do. And seeing the child, Rishi Sri Ramakrishna felt the child must be deep into the heart of that Rishi. Child was God himself. And Sri Ramakrishna says, when no sooner that I saw Narendra, I understood this is that Rishi born here. Perfect. Perfect even more than gods with a small g. Celestial beings. That was Narendra. Then, one day, in course of conversation, he asked Narendra, do you see light before you sleep in your forehead? Narendra said, yes, I see, but that everyone sees, I think. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, you see, everything tallies. Whatever I have seen, everything tallies with the things I have envisioned. Don't you see that light glowing and becoming bigger? Yes, I see that light become bigger and bigger, finally completely fills up my body from inside, and it bursts and I fall asleep. Don't everyone sleep like that? That was not an expression to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna was so joyful to hear this, that how the visions shown to him by Divine Mother are all coming true. One by one, the great messengers of his message are coming to him. Sri Ramakrishna said, when Narendra came for the first time, he was so overwhelmed with joy. And after feeding him, he brought him back to his room where his friends were waiting. There, Sri Ramakrishna was very normal, talking normally with other friends, other boys. Narendra was still surprised more. What is this? This man seems to be very mad. When he met me alone, talking all nonsense things that I am Narayana and I am God and all that. Now he seems to be perfect, all right. Then he said, he must be a mad man, but he is definitely a blessed man, full of renunciation, full of love. Something is unique in him. Before he left, Sri Ramakrishna got the word from him. Are you coming next? You have to come next. Narendra said, yes, he gave the word. And when Narendra went back home, Sri Ramakrishna felt so much of agony to see him again. He says, I used to go to the grove, the pine grove, and cry there like even mothers don't cry for their children to see them. I thought what people would say when they see me. I'm crying for this lad, for this young man to see him. And you say, where are you? Why aren't you coming? And like that, the pull of Ramakrishna and Swami Narendra comes again, second time visit. When second time Narendra came, he came walking. Dakshineshwar is quite far away from Calcutta. He said, I never felt that it was so far. Tired he came. Seeing Narendranath entering the room, Sri Ramakrishna was beyond his joy. And he asked him, beckoned him and asked him, sit beside me. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on his small couch, where no devotees sat. All devotees used to sit on the ground. Sri Ramakrishna was respected by many devotees. Many persons had started coming for 5-6 years, other householder devotees. He said, Narendranath, come and sit beside me on the couch, on the bed, small bed. And he sat there. And before some talk was there, Sri Ramakrishna touched Narendranath's body with his foot. And that, Narendranath said, with my open eyes, I found the whole, this room started rolling and merging into void. Then my individuality is also merging into void. Then I was afraid. I was scared. I said, what are you doing to me? I have my parents at home. Then Sri Ramakrishna had a loud laughter. That's what Swami Vivekananda described later. He laughed aloud and touched my chest, and in a moment everything became normal. All this revolving and rolling around was just stopped. Says, what is this magic? Then Narendranath says, is this hypnotism? Is this magic? But hypnotism works on weak mind, and I am not weak-minded person. Then what is this? What he is doing to me? Third time, again now, Narendranath visits Sri Ramakrishna. Determined that this time he will not be affected by any touch or any talk of Sri Ramakrishna. He would hold on to his personality, his individuality. This time Sri Ramakrishna said, let us go and have a stroll in nearby garden house of Jadunath Mundi. There he takes and touches him again. Sri Swami Vivekananda loses his outer consciousness. After some time, Sri Ramakrishna touches him and he becomes to consciousness and says, I have not known everything about you. Narendra says, what is this power? What is this magic? How a person can influence so much with a touch, so much exert influence upon others. That's why he had said in this my master, that Sri Ramakrishna had attained so much power that by a mere look or a touch or mere wish, he could impart his spirituality. He could impart the truth of religion to another person. So that power was Sri Ramakrishna. Now when Narendranath was born, as Sri Ramakrishna said, with his special qualities, as a small child, he was very devoted to God. And he was so deep into meditation. Once many kids were playing meditation. And when they were sitting and playing as if meditating, suddenly a snake, a cobra, entered into the room. And everyone fled away. Snake fled away. Only one person was still meditating. And it was Narendranath, a small kid. Because all were playing meditation, Narendranath was not playing, he was meditating. That was Narendranath. Dhyana Siddha, perfect in meditation from birth. Someone told that if the yogis, the monks meditate, and because of their meditation there is long hair. He must have asked his mother, why these monks who come have long matted hairs? Oh, because they meditate a lot. One day he was meditating and looking whether his hairs are growing or not longer. Matted hair. Someone told Hanuman can be seen in the banana orchard, banana grove, at night. One day he really went and waited to see Hanuman in the banana orchard, banana tree, and says, I couldn't see Hanuman though I waited there. So he had deep inclination for religion and religious truth. That deep faith was there. When he grew up, as a teenager, he started practicing austerity. He started having vegetarian food, sleeping on the ground, doing hardships, practicing religion. That was the idea of a teenager, to practice religion. Getting something, being something different from what he was doing. Later on, he described that those are the external parts, those are never the part of real religion. You don't have to do those austerities that sort of physical exertion to become a religious person. You can lead a normal life with your mind fixed on God. Then when he grew up, he wanted a person who has seen God. And he was searching, if there is God, somebody must have seen. Until I succeed to see God, I want to find someone who has experienced God. So he became a member of the Brahmo Samaj, a religious body, who was praising God and worshipping God in their own way, formless aspect of God. And in search of the person who has met God, who has experienced God, he went to Devendranath Tagore. That time he was respected as a very religious person. And he used to live in a boat on Ganga because he was practicing religion. Going there, he asked, "Sir, have you seen God?" The Devendranath was taken aback. God seeing is not so easy thing. They didn't say, "I have not seen God, my dear." He says, "Your eyes are like yogis." Because nobody ever asked that question. Have you seen God? If you have seen God, I want to see God. If anyone has seen God, Narendra was ready to sacrifice everything to see God. That was his thing of asking. Not he had not gone to test someone. He had gone to know and to devote his life in pursuit of God. This person said, "Your eyes are like a great yogi." That can satisfy you. On the second visit of this first visit itself, he asked Sri Ramakrishna, "Have you seen God, sir?" Sri Ramakrishna said, "Yes, I see God. I see God as I see you, but a little more intensely, more clearly. And God can be seen. One can see and talk with God as I see and talk with you. But who wants God? People shed jugs of tears," that was the word Sri Ramakrishna told. Jug full of tears for wife and children, but who seeks God? After these 3 meetings, now Narendra was accepting Sri Ramakrishna, still he was tasting. Sri Ramakrishna couldn't touch money, coin, or even metal. His renunciation was so perfect. He could not touch metal. His hand used to coil back like a scorpion bite if he touched any coin, any metal. Narendra said, "How can this be? Is it possible for senses, for nerves to become so trained, so much of dislike for metal itself?" So one day he put coin under the bed of Sri Ramakrishna. When Sri Ramakrishna had gone out, Sri Ramakrishna came, taking the name of mother, sat on his own bed, and he jumped up as if something had beaten him. Then Narendra was sitting, seeing what is his reaction. Then Narendra, he found that someone was testing, and he was very happy that Narendra was testing him. He said to his other disciple, "Test a sadhu, see a sadhu day and night. What he says, does it tally with what he does?" That was Sri Ramakrishna. Test me like a money changer tests a coin. That was his term. Whether there is some flaw, some fault, some defect in me, test me. He used to ask his devotees, "You went to that pilgrimage, did you find anyone like me?" So they would say, "There are many great ones, but who can compare with you?" He wanted to teach their disciples that Sri Ramakrishna is not a mere sage or saint or a spiritual practitioner. There is a greater power that has come in the form of Sri Ramakrishna, and its impact will be greater for greater time to the wider region, to the greater humanity. That their disciples have to be convinced. Otherwise, how will they take the message? How are they going to say? And when he heard those, that where can she find like that? He was happy that things are right. For which this power has come in this world, it will work. Now what Sri Ramakrishna, Narendra tasted to Sri Ramakrishna was nothing. How Sri Ramakrishna tasted Narendra, though he knew Narendra's greatness, once this Narendra was pulled, Sri Ramakrishna used to cry, he used to jump from his bed. When Narendra came, he used to cry, shed tears. Later on, one day, what happened? Narendra came, Sri Ramakrishna wasn't speaking with him, not seeing to him at all. Next day he comes, Sri Ramakrishna turns his face away and talks with others and doesn't take care of Narendra at all. Narendra comes still. 1 month it went like that. He was just ignored, Narendra. So much was the test going on. After 1 month, he called him and says, Narendra, I don't see, look at you, I don't talk with you, I don't pay attention to you, but why do you continue to come and see me? Why do you continue to visit here? Narendra said, I come to you not because you pay attention to me or talk to me. I come to you because I love you. This love had grown. Sri Ramakrishna must have been very happy. Now, as Sri Ramakrishna loved Narendra has to love Sri Ramakrishna that way. Taste is not yet finished. Narendra's father died in 1884 on 23rd February. Narendra was the eldest son. They found that there was no money left in bank. He was a rich man, he was a lawyer, earned a lot and spent more than that. Found there was loan. He helped other persons taking loan. Such a great heart Vishwanath Datta, the father of Narendranath, was. And now, loans have to be paid, job has to be found to feed the family. No one was there, no one was prepared. He died untimely, suddenly. Narendranath, a graduate of Calcutta University, there was very few graduates, you could count on figurehead. Calcutta University was founded a few years ago, and he went to seek job, such an intelligent person, and he was not getting job anywhere. He was most highly qualified. There was no person other than the graduates. No job anywhere. This door, this office, this person, this friend, no one could help. Sri Ramakrishna knew. Sri Ramakrishna used to say to his devotees, Narendranath is not getting job, he is in difficulty, he has many persons to feed, his father died. So that other devotees might help him to get job. No one could help him. Narendranath got angry on him. Why do you say about this to other persons? What difficulty I am having? I don't want to let other people know my difficulties. What can I do? For your happiness, for your comfort, I can go from door to door to beg for you. Sri Ramakrishna says to Narendranath. That was the Sri Ramakrishna love for Narendranath. Now one day Narendranath comes finally and says to Sri Ramakrishna, you will have to do something for me. Tell to your mother, Divine Mother, so that at least I get something. My sisters, brothers, my mother are living unfair. There is no rice even. Simple rice is not there. Leave other things. You have to go to Divine Mother. Divine Mother listens to whatever you say. Now you go and pray for me. I won't leave you. Sri Ramakrishna said, now he is testing Narendranath. He says, why should I go? Today is nice day, good auspicious day. You go and tell mother. Whatever you ask from mother, she will grant you. You get this word. Now, Narendranath goes to the Kali temple from Sri Ramakrishna's room. Sri Ramakrishna is meditating and praying. And he is tasting. Narendranath came back. Sri Ramakrishna says, did you ask for food and wealth and property and all those things? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot everything. This was the first time Narendranath was going to Kali temple. He didn't believe in Kali. He didn't believe in forms of God. He was a votary of formless God. So this was the first day he was accepting Kali. He was accepting his creation. He was accepting the God with form. He was accepting the eternal religion. So Swami Sri Ramakrishna was very happy. He asked, I went there, I forgot everything. I felt I was in the presence of Divine herself or himself. totally forgot to ask that I was in trouble. Sri Ramakrishna said, go again. Ask for whatever you want. See the test. He could have done. Now he's testing his disciple, how much great is renunciation. How much he can ask for the things of the world. He wants God or the world. There were two options. When Narendra was young, he used to have the dream. He used to have the dream that there is the world, it's with its name, prosperity, everything, and there is God. Which way can I go? And he felt I would be successful in any way. And finally, he always thought the way in search of God is better than the way for getting name and fame and success in the world. Now here, when it is a dire poverty, when his family members are poor and unfed, this time he sends to the goddess to ask for whatever he wants. No. Go second time, forgets. Third time he again sends. Remember what you are. I thought you were a very strong-minded person. And you forget to ask. Sri Ramakrishna said. This time Narendra went there and again came giving. Sri Ramakrishna asked, did you ask mother this time for food and all those things? He said, no, I didn't ask. Then what did you ask? You forgot again? So I didn't forget, I was aware, I was conscious this time. But seeing the glory of divinity there, asking for rice and few money or house, this I felt so mean asking, so small asking. It is like asking, going to a king, emperor, and asking for few potatoes and onions. When you go to king, you have to ask for something, great things. Why ask for potato and onions? It is like that, I didn't ask that. Then what did you ask? I asked for knowledge, for devotion, for dispassion, for discrimination, for discernment, all those spiritual virtues he had asked for mother. Sri Ramakrishna was happy beyond anything. And next morning when devotees came, Sri Ramakrishna said, you see Narendra sleeping? He had accepted Divine Mother. And he sang whole night, Ma Tamhi Tara, one devotional song, Mother, you are the one Redeemer. Accepted Mother. Now, Sri Ramakrishna was very happy. She became sick later on, and who will serve Sri Ramakrishna? He got throat cancer, it was said. And Narendra started serving him. How evolution of his affection service came. Others thought this cancer is infectious, so didn't want to go near. Some were a little afraid. Narendra said, this wonderful person suffering, and we are followers of him, and people are a little scared. So he went one day, and there was one gruel ball, what he could eat only gruel, some like porridge. So porridge was there, and he couldn't eat the whole porridge. Something had eaten, and something came out, and it was of the bowl. Narendra with his brother disciples went there, and he saw the balls. You think it is infectious? And you served from serving him? See, nothing happened. He took the ball and drank it himself to show his love for this great person. That now love has grown for Sri Ramakrishna. Acceptance has come. Slowly from confusion, doubts, acceptance. Then Narendra, in the circumstance, Sri Ramakrishna passed away in 1886. Narendra toured whole India. He found the soul of India, that how spiritual are the person, but how poor are they, how they are lethargic, inactive, yet they have certain qualities that is incomparable to other persons, other couldn't be found anywhere, so good in mind. So how to help India, that was his work plan. He went to Kanyakumari and meditated on and hit upon a plan that there was a talk that there is in the West an opportunity to visit, to represent Hinduism. Someone had said, Swamiji, you are so intelligent, you are so versed in our scriptures, you are so good in explanation, so you please go and represent us. Swami Vivekananda went out, but in Kanyakumari he felt, yes, perhaps I should do that. Then he asked them to buy the tickets. But he was still in doubt whether it's my ego or Sri Ramakrishna's will. One day he sees that on the ocean, Sri Ramakrishna is walking over the water and beckoning him. He felt, oh, Sri Ramakrishna wants me to go. But still he was not confident. He wrote a letter to Holy Mother Sarada Devi at Jairam Bati and asked, Mother, this is the vision, this is the thing people are saying. Should I go to US to represent Hinduism in the Parliament of Religions? Mother said back, yes, my child, you must go. When Mother's letter came, he was beyond doubt. Mother's blessing came. To know Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna was known by Swami Vivekananda and Narendra. But Holy Mother was not known by others. Narendra knew who Holy Mother was, what Holy Mother power was, what force she has come. And when Holy Mother's blessing came, he went to the US. In the US, we all know how successful he was, how he became the hero of the Parliament of Religions, how the message of Vedanta spread throughout the West, through Swami Vivekananda, how 4 years he worked very hard to spread, to give the message of Vedanta and Upanishads to the world at large. And his hard work made him win. And then, after finishing the work, he went to India. In India, when he went, he took the ashes of Sri Ramakrishna, bought the land of Velurmat, and he took the ashes of Sri Ramakrishna on his head and put it there. Then he said to the congregation, the gathering there, Sri Ramakrishna had said me once, wherever you take me and put me, I will stay there. And he said, I am putting Sri Ramakrishna here in Velurmat. And he prayed, Lord, stay here forever to grant your blessings to everyone. And that we have to believe that Sri Ramakrishna is still there, put by Swami Vivekananda, which he had promised to Narendra. Then one day, one devotee said, I want to make a small shrine in my house of Sri Ramakrishna. And he invited Vivekananda to go to his house in Shivpuri in Calcutta, Ramakrishna Nagar, in Howrah district. And there, Swami Vivekananda, though he had come from the West, had spent so many years in the West, went there barefooted, singing like an ordinary monk, Dukhini Brahmani Kolevan song, merged in the thought of Sri Ramakrishna, ecstatic in the song, leading the procession. He went to their house. And there was Sri Ramakrishna's picture, nice room. The devotee asked, do you think Sri Ramakrishna will accept my worship? He said, that old man who was from village, scarcely he had things to eat. He is so nice room you have made, so nice arrangement you have done. Where he will go live with you? He will be surely staying here. And he worshipped himself. He was in such a high mood. And bowed down to Sri Ramakrishna. And when he rose from bowing down, from his lips came out a verse in Sanskrit. Om sthapakaya dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namah. Just verbatim it came out from his mouth. That was the final adoration to Sri Ramakrishna Narendranath. That was Narendranath Sri Ramakrishna. Lord, you have come to re-establish the dharma in this world. And you are the embodiment of all religions. You do not exclude anything. Every religion is included in you. And then he said, you are the highest manifestation of divinity. The ideal spiritual fountain for this age, Avatar Varishta. Following whom this age is so complicated and complex. After the earlier incarnations and prophets have come, the world has changed a lot. The present cry of the need is, all have to live together. Every religious follower have to live in harmony with other person, with co-religionists, with other religionists. And for that purpose, you have come to the world to preach that one thing that should be shared among all human beings of every religion, every nation. The nations have come closer. Religious people are just living together. It's not that one country professing one religion. Every country have people from every religion. All have to live in harmony and peace. And what will bind them? They will be bound only by love by mutual respect, by acceptance of others' thoughts, others' ideas, others' religions. And that will come by the practice of spirituality. Seeing everyone as a spirit, treating everyone as a spirit, going beyond the color of the formation of the skin and treating every human being as a spirit, as Atman. That unity will bring love among us. And that love can grow and develop by following the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. That was Swami Vivekananda's ideas. You can understand Vedas and Shastras only going through Sri Ramakrishna. His life is an explanation of all that has been said about the religion and spirituality. By going through this life, it becomes much easier to practice religion. That was Narendra Sri Ramakrishna, the Supreme God coming to this world to give us joy and happiness, to give us spiritual illumination. By worshiping like Ashutosh, like Shiva, by little practice of what he has taught, it's much easier to attain spiritual illumination. That is the assurance of Swami Vivekananda for us.